Welcome to the stream, guys. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason my Photoshop is not. This is a great way to start. I had this idea of doing like tutorials on like the anatomy. Now I myself don't really know the anatomy that great, so I think if as I'm learning it, I can basically share that knowledge with you guys. I've been using something called the Loomis method for a while now, but obviously I'll take you guys through it, but obviously as you go along you kind of modify it a bit to your own liking. So I'm going to show you guys how I drew this basically. You always start with a circle, with your center point, and this method obviously speaks about an average head. The center line, basically what you do now is chopping off the edges of the circle. So what I do is I just make a square at the furthest points within that circle, just to make like top of your head. Then you have your hairline. This line here is your brow line. So this is your eyebrow. This line here, for me it's the bottom of the nose. Some say nose. And then, just so that you know, is what happens is the head is actually, the average head is divided by 3. So brow line and top of the head, this part here to the bottom of the nose. Now I don't have a perfect average head, but anyway you get the idea. That's 2, and then 3 is from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin. So basically all I'm doing here is I'm taking this, that's 1, it's 1/3. This one here is 2/3, and then basically you just kind of gauge where that is, and that's 3/3. So that point there would be my jawline. Here, if you look at my face, this ear here, the bottom of the ear is the bottom of the nose, the top of the ear is the top of the eye, but I mean to make it simple you can just use the brow line with drawing a circle. So if I draw 2 circles, just to give you this idea again, you draw a circle, you draw a square in it, you cut the circle in half, you make it a cross in the center there. So that gives you an idea of forward, that's a forward facing head. And then this one here is the side facing. So remember I said you cut to the side. Yeah, so you kind of need to do it on the side of the head as well. So what I do is, from a side point of view, remember you have your hairlines on the top of the head there. So if you do that, if that's the bottom, you have something like that. So your square still fits in there, but now you turn that square into a smaller circle on the inside. Ooh, I cannot draw a circle to save my life. So you have a smaller circle on the inside. Don't judge my circle. And you basically cut this circle into 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're doing is, this is the front of, that's the front of the head, that's the back. What you want to do is you want to eliminate number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 4 is where your ear goes. So number 4 is where your ear goes. So I'm just going to give you an example. So you can kind of see that side of the head. So that's where your ear goes, right? So using that, that's side profile. So using that idea that's kind of what we have here. So if you look at, that's where my hairline is, my nose line, light source coming from that side, which means that is on the wrong side, and that is on the wrong side, and that could possibly be on the right side, but it's not, because I'm an idiot. Okay. So obviously if the light is on this side, this part will be light, which means this part here shall be dark. My shading, my dark areas, so that we get an idea of form. This is usually the most fun part for me, the shading part, because everything starts to look like something once you actually do it. So the darker areas, like where we are now here, you can see this part goes in here in the eye socket, so there will be shadow there. Now there might be some light eating. So yeah, that's the Loomis method. Slurping over my words. My plan was to just do the front of the head. I can do the side and some 3/4 angles, and then give you an idea of that. But yeah, thanks again for coming, guys. I'll try and do something again over. It's a long weekend for me, so I'll try and do something again. But yeah, peace.